Are you ready to create a life you crave? Let's spin that doom loop of negativity into an upward success cycle and start living lucky.
Good morning!
Did I just start with a snort? You know, my grandma used to snort when she laughed.
That's good.
And it used to remind me of Chrissy Snow on Three's Company.
It used to remind me of Wilbur.
Who's Wilbur?
It's a pig.
Oh.
But I didn't know your grandma.
No, Chrissy Snow.
I remember Chrissy.
No, my grandma wasn't Chrissy Snow.
She was cute.
She was, right?
Yeah, I had a crush.
You did?
Of course I had a crush.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, well, did you know she was only on that show for one season? Isn't
was
that
enough.
crazy? Right.
I was at the right age.
Because here's the thing, is she was probably the one that we remember the most, and she was only on that show for one season.
And I wanted to be Jack Tripper.
Come and knock on my door.
Come and knock on my door.
Be waiting for you.
Why do you get to live with two girls?
Where the kisses are hers and his, Three's Company too. Do. What I was saying about Chrissy Snow is that she would use a snort, like when she would laugh, she'd be laughing and all of a sudden she'd go, and then it would make everyone laugh. It was part of her humor. Isn't that crazy?
It's an accentuator.
It is. And it's an accentuator. And my grandma used to snort when she laughed, although I don't think she was doing it purposely. Although now that I bring it up, maybe she was. Maybe she was doing that just to make me laugh, which she always did. Good morning, David. Good morning, Sheila. Oh, Sheila says Amanda is now in...
An Alaskan.
She's an Alaskan. That's hard to say. Amanda is an Alaskan. That's like Susie sold seashells by the seashore.
On Sundays.
Or Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers.
How many peppers did Peter Piper pick?
A peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked and pecked. Is it picked and pecked?
I think he picked them and pecked them.
Or did he have a pecker? Whatever it is. Good morning, Julyn. Oh my gosh. Good to see you all this morning. We're talking about failure, which we're having a little bit of a failure in just starting the show this morning.
I consider it a success. We hit the start button. Failure.
Have any of you ever been afraid to fail? Afraid to fail.
I remember skydiving one time and I was very scared that would be a failure.
You only have that fear once.
That's right.
No, failure can sometimes, I hate to use this word, but it can paralyze us.
Yeah.
I think. Because if we're afraid to fail, then sometimes we don't even try.
I can tell you that in sales, there is a lot of fear of failure and it disguises itself as so many different things.
The big reframe I had around sales is when Jason and I were in this community called ULA for a while, and we were challenged to start introducing it to people. And I was like, oh, this is kind of crazy. I feel weird about doing this. And as we would do that, we got a lot of rejections. People are like, I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to hear about it. And I hated that. But the reframe was, well, you know what? Let's change the game to see how many no's we can get, how many rejections we can get. And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, okay, I could win at that game. And then next thing you know, when I tried to get rejected, when I tried to get no's, then everybody was like, tell me more. It's almost like I was putting out a different energy.
Yeah. You're not as desperate. And when sales, people don't dial out to get an appointment.
Yes.
Because they don't know what someone's going to say on the other side. They don't know if they're going to have the information for them. They feel like they're going to get rejected. And that's a fear of failure, a fear of connection failure.
But it's weird how when I had the fear of failure, other people could sense it too. It translates.
Well,
it's almost contagious.
And your brain senses it. And your brain is going to hold you back from going all in.
That is true too. Because in the back of your head, you're like, oh, this is going to hurt. This is going to hurt my ego.
Oh, ego.
This is going to be awkward. Right?
Yeah. And until you get that proof of concept for your brain that says, no, I'm good at this. This is something that's valuable. This is something that people need. Like when it becomes a passion and it becomes like we know that the things that we're doing offer help and really just can massively improve people's lives. So it's like we're driven to get up and give to the world every day.
Do you guys know the Spanx lady? I think her name is Sara Blakely.
It is Sara Blakely.
Okay, well, I had the opportunity of being on a Zoom with her. She's so fun. She's so fun. And her husband, Jesse Eitzler, he's awesome too. And they have like this little travel club where they have like you have to pay to be in it.
And a great mastermind.
Yeah, but they get like 25 people to pay buku bucks to travel with them.
It's only like $100,000 a year.
Right, it's a lot of money. Anyway, I had the chance to be on a Zoom meeting with her, and she said that her dad, when she was growing up, would every night at the dinner table would say, "So how did you fail today?"
Yeah, what'd you fail at today? And if you didn't have an answer, that was a bigger failure.
Then you were in trouble.
Yeah.
You were in trouble if you didn't fail. And what that did was it made failure not so scary. And it also encouraged everyone to really get outside their comfort zone and to try new things every single day and to almost make it a game. Like, hey, let's see what I can fail at today.
Yeah. Or at least try to get deeper
it's not
into their
taboo.
Stretch zone. Yeah. Like I'm gonna go a little bit further today.
Yeah, we call it a comfort zone. Get outside our comfort zone when really we should say get inside the stretch zone.
That's so good.
That's better, right?
So it feels better. So getting outside of comfort or getting into stretch.
Oh, get in the stretch zone. Good morning, Damien. Good morning, Marilyn. Good morning, Jeff Frent. Have you ever been scared to fail? Have you ever been scared to fail? Jason and I were listening to this meditation this morning, and they told the story of this little boy that was walking with his grandfather. And he asked his grandfather, how did you become so wise?
Oh, wise grandfather.
And the grandfather says, well, grandson, I use good judgment.
As grandfathers often do.
And then the little boy says, well, how did you get good judgment? And the grandfather says, oh, I've had a lot of experience.
As grandfathers often have.
And then the little boy says, well, where did you get your experience? And the grandfather says, I used bad judgment. So I think there's a
correlation.
There's a codependency between failure and success, or bad judgment and good judgment, wise and being stupid. Like it's almost like we need both in order to seek the other.
It's all part of the equation.
It is. So tell them about the 100-foot waves that we were watching yesterday.
We were watching a documentary on 100-foot waves, and Garrett McNamara was in Nazaré, Portugal, and he found these massive 100-foot waves, and all he wanted to do was surf the biggest wave. He did this over and over again, but when you get on these 100-foot waves, you have this experience, and then when one drags you under and you fall, you realize these 100-foot waves have massive power. And some of these surfers felt like they were being torn apart.
I am not encouraging 100-foot waves. In fact, I thought that was extreme. But I think surfing in general is like a freedom. It's about facing your fear.
It is about facing your fears and facing nature, because nature can be unpredictable. It's something that you want to be in tune with. But yeah.
But every surfer that they interviewed, they all talked about fear of failure.
And the new surfers would get out there and they would just attack and bring a lot of their youthful energy and spirit And
because they didn't have
they had never experienced,
fear.
they never had the experience
Of fear.
Of fear. Yeah.
Of fear. So once we start having that fear mind, then all of a sudden, what are you focused on? Are you focused on what you love to do? Are you focused on the fun you're having? Are you focused on, wow, I'm out here in God's country and I'm in the water and I'm experiencing these gorgeous waves? Or are you focused on, oh my God, I'm going to die?
But so also remember that Garrett had been out there for 6 years, and then some people from Brazil had come over to compete in a competition, and they didn't even ask him a single question. So he had the experience. So like the grandfather said, I had bad judgment that led to my experience and good judgment. And the people from Brazil came over, did not have the experience. They were using judgment that they had from their prior experience and ended up with a catastrophic accident with one of their female surfers, where she took a spill, went under for a long time. They couldn't find her with the rescue jet ski. And then they used that bad judgment to build on their experience and then also be able to move forward. And she ended up with the record for.
So what you're trying to say, though, the point you're trying to make is we can learn from others.
You learn from others also. Yeah. So
we not only have to learn from our own failures, we can also learn from the failures of other people.
Yes.
So we're not on this
Thanks
planet.
for bringing me in.
Thank you. Jason's out there like,
we're not on this planet alone.
Hey, I'm going to tell this whole story alone.
Well, because I tried to do things on my own for a long time. And I was reading books, I was watching YouTube videos, I was doing everything to try to figure out what am I missing? Why am I putting all this effort into life? And it looks good. It seems like I should have everything, but something felt like it was missing. And I couldn't figure it out. And then when I started getting in the right groups and around the right people, then I realized, okay, I'm not in this alone. I can really accelerate everything I'm doing, and I have a crowd of people behind me. And so my failures and everyone else's failures led into everyone else's experience and everyone else's judgment and everyone else's, it was exponentially better after that.
I agree with you. I think that's why community is so important. That's why we're here every day sharing everything that we learn and all of this fun stuff. Patrick Comstock is back. Oh my gosh, we have missed you and the family. So welcome back to the community. It is so great to see you. And along those lines of what Jason just said, I also think reading is so important. And here's why. I just know from my own experience in writing my book, I feel like I am putting a lifetime of all of the lessons that I've learned, all of the experiences that I've had, all of the wisdom that I have extracted from those years, from those blessings. They're like blessings. The lessons that I've learned from those blessings, they're blessings. I like that. And you put it into a book. So when you read books, you're getting the knowledge of somebody over a lifetime.
Yeah, in like a little 3-hour period, or
and that's
to it, 3 or 4
how you
period.
start 10xing your life. You're like, oh my gosh, if I could have taken all of their knowledge that they learned and put that into, I mean, it takes what, 2 days to read a book?
It does now.
Right?
The more you read, the better it gets.
The faster you get. I'm still slow, though, when it comes to those captions. Okay, guys. I know we've been all over the place. Mark Carr says, while filming
Point Break, Patrick Swayze says, surfing is an animal that will not be tamed.
Oh, that is so true. That is so true. And Andrea's here. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, my gosh. So good to see you guys. Have a great day. And I challenge you all to fail today. I challenge you all to
get into your stretch zone.
Get into that stretch zone. Try something new, and let's make it a game. Let's see how many failures we can accumulate together. Love you guys. Bye-bye. If the idea of living lucky appeals to you, visit us at
startlivinglucky.com.